Hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Convos. And today I'm going to really talk on something that was passed down in the House of Commons yesterday. And it was the law. We're actually following suit with Australia, who done this in December. Under 16s are going to be banned from social media. And me, for one, I'm quite happy about this, to be extremely honest, because as I read here on the BBC News report, there was actual person, a former Tory schools minister, who kind of laid it down in one sentence, and I kind of love it. He says the former Tory schools minister Lord Nash, one of those sponsoring the proposed change, said children's use of social media was a societal catastrophe. I agree. And a ban would give teenagers a few more years to mature before using the platform. And that is really the most key point to it to for me why I am with it as well. Because I do believe, even as an adult, I find there's a lot of adults that can be misled, misdirected, and misinformed via social media, whether that be TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X. It could be any of these social medias. It could be Whatnot, it could be eBay, it could be Amazon. There's a variety of these platforms now that are online platforms that allow people from the comfort of their home to try deceive, confuse, and distract the viewers, basically. And as you come to a mature age, you start to realize a lot more because you've been through life, you've seen things on the other side of life to understand that everything isn't as black as white as you see. So even for me now, I feel ashamed. Like the other day, I saw a cat and it ran and it jumped into the snow. And I was like, look at that cute cat. I shared it. Then when I actually looked in the comments, I saw that it was an AI, and I was so annoyed because I'm thinking, me as an adult who feels like I'm aware of these things, even thought that went over my head. So even for me as an adult who thinks I'm aware, it's easy for me to be misled. So imagine a child that hasn't been through a lot who can see all these things and there's people out there as well, which is the scariest part for me, that actually target their actual audience at children. They're not targeting their audience at adults and grown people with a straight mindset. They're targeting the children who are easily led and may give them views and follows and make them feel like they're some influencer and somebody special. And I don't even want to call out names because I don't even want to go too deep in what I feel like. I'm just going to give you the overstanding that even some children can be misled to become influencers to influence the other children. So, if the fact of the young children can't be on social media, they also people can't use their children as an influence for things, if that makes sense. And that could be, I'll give you a little understanding. That could be a little girl running around in her bikini or in a little skirt, little bikini top, and she's not on the beach. She's just walking around on a normal day. She's going to the shop with her mother, whatever it is, with the family, whatever it is. That could then make that seem very acceptable now for your child to dress sexually, not only for the parents who should know better, but for the children to want that, to put their parents into a predicament where they have to decide whether to let their child be happy and dress as their friends are dressing and everybody else on social media is dressing, or can they find comfort in dressing modestly for themselves? And when you see a young girl on TV dressed like that, if you are to say, why is she dressed like that? People will look at that, why are you saying that? But isn't that the actual fact of what we should be thinking? Why is the child being used to over sexualize herself for publicity, for a TV show, for social media ad, for someone to sell something. And these are the scary things that children aren't able to overstand and even think of. So as I was reading, I realised Australia, as we knew, had done this like a few weeks ago. To be extremely honest, it was like mid-December, I believe, and for them, they've put it in place that within 12 months, all the social media managers will have to come to an understanding of how to get rid of all under 16s and to not allow under 16s to come on this platform. And I think when they actually do this, it will not only secure the children's future and their life, you may actually see children more outside interacting with each other, playing, learning new skills, and learning in the actual real world than trying to learn via someone who's facading something via a screen. Not only that, but for me, it will also help with people like, for instance, me, and I saw someone else do a comment, a share on this the other day on Instagram, and sometimes I think it's just me, and I laughed at his post really because it's very true. He said he enjoys blocking people, no matter how many people and how many accounts they use and make. He enjoys blocking them because it takes them time to go and make another one compared to just a quick block button. So it's quite fun on the receiving and seeing a lot of fake accounts, even though it gets very annoying. So also for us annoyed ones, it would be very nice if these fake accounts are checked to see if they are over age. And when they are checked to see if they are over age, that also allows us to check authenticity of the people behind the accounts. Because then we will have a load of spammers, a load of scammers and spammers with loads of followers because they will follow each other thinking they're able to continue with something online. You also will be able to protect other businesses, other elderly people, because I've watched Martin Lewis how many times, heard him say, I've seen an ad of me and it's not me. And people are phoning me, asking me about the ad, and I'm seeing the ad and I'm contacting Facebook, and it take me ages for me to take it down, and I'm Martin Lewis. So imagine how hard it is for regular SJ Cartier. Imagine, just have a little think. So, or regular, I'm SJ Cartier, a business. I've got my shop on Instagram and Facebook. I can come at you with that, like, and it doesn't help me. So what about a regular person who's just a normal person on social media? How do they protect themselves? And this is why I think this actually coming in place would be actually a good thing for social media for everybody involved, except for the scammers. Because even when we look as well, and it's quite funny, I didn't do a video on this last week, and I feel like the energy was carrying on with a lot of different things last week that I didn't have time to talk on it. But I saw something about X and how it was allowing, what was it, Grok? What's the platform called again? Yeah, Grok on X was allowing people to undress people and share their pictures of them undressed, and knew it could be children or adults. And this was being allowed on a platform of someone that actually went to a march in London and said, you've got a fight on your hands to protect you and fight for your country. And then when I look at the same people, I was saying this, look back at my videos. It's actually, funny enough, one of the most highly viewed videos that I have, where I talk about the racism of England and the fact of they want to attack asylum seekers for playing with children. And I believe there's a lot of percentage of people in those marches that were doing the same things with children or putting their hands on women. Some of them had been convicted. It's proven that worked march with this person. Stephen, I won't say nothing else because I don't believe you should even have the right to change your name. Your name's Stephen. So forget everything else. So when we're keeping it real though, they're marching for all these things, but then when it comes to an English, British, or someone from this country doing these things, there's no marching to these people to get these people out the country. Or if you can't kick them out the country because they're born here, send them to jail for life. So it's very contradictory that you want to protect the women and kids, but then there's people marching there that are causing danger to women and kids. And then it's the same thing on there. You're telling people you've got to fight on your hands to protect your children and your women, but then you've got the platform and you're allowing, because from the first one comes up and it's done, that should be alerted and flagged. So it's being allowed to be done for a consistent period of time. No one knows the period of time. I don't use AI to know what that thing was on there. So I don't even know. I'm not interested with AI unless it's something to do with building my website, in the sense of not building my website, because I do that physically myself, but in the sense of, find the customers for me. That's kind of AI I want. You know what I mean? I don't want AI to show us fake things. I want you to show the real things that I've got, the real things that people actually have, the honest charities that are actually doing actual charitable work. Show them. Don't show us the ones that are taking 20% for the charity to show that they're doing something and 80%'s feeding their pockets. Don't show us those charities. Some people get misled, whether you're a child or an adult. Some people will be misled. But for X to allow that, now you've taken it down. But as I say, it was going on for a period of time. It's quite scary to think of. It's quite scary for adults and children. Like the report I was reading, one woman said she had photos of there on her of her and her child, and suddenly she's seeing naked. She had friends message her saying they're seeing naked pictures of her friend and her child. Astaghfirullah. That's disgusting. How is an app allowing that? What kind of platform? What kind of people even build those type of things and make those type of things capable to be done? Was it always the plan? We don't know. So for me, I'm a thumbs up. Let's ban all under 16s, yeah? Let's get everybody who uses social media to prove who they are. Because some people are confused by blue ticks even. Do you know you can buy a blue tick? Do you know it's just a paid subscription? Do you know that? So a lot of people may not know that. Some people may think a blue tick means you're a real person or you're famous. Just means you've got a recognised name and you've paid for the subscription to promote your page, your social media. You could be a digital marketer and get a blue tick. Just so you understand. So realising social media is a scary place for us as adults. Why would we want to put any children through this? Because their minds haven't matured yet and they're easy to soak things in. And if we want a better world in 20, 30, 40 years, we need to start protecting the children from now. We've always said it from 10 years, they were supposed to be protecting me as a child. And what we saw and what we heard and what we had to go through. They're supposed to protect my parents when they come to the country. Supposed to protect them. What have we done to protect? So this is something that may actually protect them, their mindset and their physical selves. So yeah, thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos, and let me know what everybody thinks of this one. Are you a thumbs up to the ban, or are you a thumbs down? I'm definitely a thumbs up. So yeah, thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos, and I hope everybody enjoys their Thursday afternoon.